and welcome to the Chesapeake Today Show. You've got some special folks here today. David, not special, but more importantly,
Matt.
All right, having Matt Curry here. Wonderful, Matt. Great you being with us. A little unusual week being it's Labor Day.
Yep.
And for us to have an opportunity to just sit down, a different little location. We're in the Harbor Room. And just thought we'd be able to get some thoughts in front of all of you and share what's happening this week. So first of all, Labor Day. Anything that comes to mind when you think about Labor Day weekend, what?
It's funny to me, the irony of Labor Day weekend is that you get the day off.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of chilling out, not really doing much of anything.
Yeah.
I like that.
And for me, again, so many folks over the years, and I don't know the history, I should know the trivia of Labor Day, but it's almost like that bookmark. You've got Memorial Day starting the summer, and then Labor Day, sort of like bittersweet.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a holiday weekend, but if it's ending the season, I was chatting with residents over the weekend when I was MOD and saying, it's sort of strange. Up in Chicago, Cleveland, it made sense. Close the swimming pools at Labor Day because it's getting cooler. Around here, you could swim for another 6 weeks or so, but...
Yeah, last week Summer said, not quite yet, I'm not done with you.
Yeah.
It was hot.
It was hot, and who knows what this next week will bring. But it's just fascinating how it is that sort of everyone revolves around that school year and a number of things. So we're into Labor Day, and many of us will be here on Monday. I will be.
I will too.
So some folks will see. We'll both be here together. Nice picnic. So if you happen to see this before your meal, a nice cookout buffet. Residents still signing up for Lobster Fest. That's a month off now.
Coming up soon.
Because we're now hitting the September calendar. So things that are in front of us, but a lot of good things. So what do we have going on this week?
Well, like you said, starting off Monday for Labor Day, we do have a documentary on the history of Labor Day and its origins. So we'll all be able to learn a little bit about that. That's 3 o'clock in the Chesapeake Room. It's kind of a quiet day. Other activity we have that day is hand chimes practice at 7 p.m. also in the Chesapeake Room. So moving into Tuesday, everyone's back at work, back to school. Chesapeake University LaCal to the Street program will be shown in the Explorer Room at 11 a.m. And at 2 p.m. right here in the Harbor Room, we have the Bereavement Support Group with the folks that run that, Social Services and Chaplain Uwe. On Wednesday, we have the Langley shopping trip leaving from the Hampton entrance at 9:30 a.m., followed by the mobile library outside the cafe at 10:30 a.m. 3 o'clock, we have the basic and intermediate German class in the Explorer Room. And then that evening, 7 o'clock, we have our James Bond movie of the month, For Your Eyes Only, from 1981. That's 7 o'clock in the Explorer Room. Thursday is quite a busy day. We have 9:30 a.m. will be the Catholic prayer service here in the Harbor Room. We also have the mystery bus ride, which is always a favorite, at 10 a.m. leaving from the Hampton entrance. 11 a.m. we have the Creative Writing Club here in the Harbor Room. At 2 p.m. we have the Episcopal Worship service here in the Explorer Room. Also at 2 p.m. a video lecture entitled Shipwrecked, a true Civil War story of mutinies, jailbreaks, blockade running, and the slave trade. That's again 2 p.m. in the Chesapeake Room. 7 o'clock, we have the book club. We'll be meeting in the Explorer Room. Also, simultaneously going on, we'll have Joel Srebnick to entertain us in the Chesapeake Room at 7 o'clock. So heading on into Friday, we have 9:30 is the communication coffee. I think you host that in the Explorer Room. 10 a.m. will be a trip to the Virginia Museum of Contemporary Art, leaving from the Hampton entrance. If you signed up for that, that's always a fun trip. 1:30 p.m. we have the Chesapeake Games in the Chesapeake Room. All kinds of activities and fun stuff for folks that'll be going on then. And then Saturday we have our weekly decorative painting class with Joan Platzman in the Creative Arts Studio at 1 o'clock. Followed by a movie that evening at 7 p.m. called, the name of the movie is called Down with Love. And it's a movie from 2003 with Renee Zellweger and Ewan McGregor. But the interesting twist, it's kind of a throwback to the old Rock Hudson, Doris Day movies. So it's kind of in that same genre. It's a really good movie. I think folks will like it.
Fantastic.
That's about it for our week.
Wow, that's a busy week. And you got Labor Day going in here. We've got all this happening. And then we can't help but start thinking about, the following week, we still, with 9/11, think all the country's still now pretty much observing that as a special day. And I know Uwe and I will do a little feature that day, just sort of reflection and just think back to those lives lost and how it changed so much. So that will be next week. Around campus, the other things, Matt, are, we're both sit back. We were outside a little bit ago talking about the roofers, and they're up there, busy as can be, making progress. Now, the Hampton residents, you're going to hear a little rat tat 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 tat. And just as I talked with a resident last week, she called me one afternoon and said, David, I've been hearing them all day long. And I said, yeah, and they're probably going to be until this evening, because if they have a nice day, they'll work. Next day I see her and said, so what do you think? They're done. I don't hear them anymore. They really are moving along.
Yeah.
So I apologize and thank you for particularly third floor residents who are hearing some of the nailing and the foots and et cetera. Buildings are pretty well insulated. You do have a level of cement that shields a lot of this, but thank you for your patience. But they're making great progress. Soon we're going to see the trim painting, the gutters, et cetera. But just really impressed with the way that the campus is coming around.
Looks good.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't have exact news, but keep an eye out for a fixed and tidy because the striping is going to occur. I saw a marker out there where there's been paint striping as to where we're having a couple additional speed bumps added, making sure everybody keeps careful. And then, of course, there will be the striping of your lots, all parking areas. Resident parking space will be labeled, others won't be. So it's either resident where you park or visitors or team members. And very deliberate on that. Pedestrian walkways going through. Ed's been working with the city, so don't be surprised if you get a quick notification and you start hearing of that work happen in the next few weeks. So those are things out and around the campus.
Busy time. Busy time.
Got Kurt DeGraw. We're welcoming him, and we'll soon probably interview him. He's our new really food and beverage manager, dining room manager. Next week, we'll be welcoming Leslie Bryant to the Life Enrichment team, joining you all.
Yes.
And Leslie's just this past Friday she completed her 33rd year, almost 34 years with the YMCA, retired.
Wow.
And now she's joining with us. And it's like in the last few weeks, I can't tell you how many residents and others have come up to me and said, oh, Leslie's going to work at the Chesapeake. So she's really well known in the community and just a delightful person. Her role will be resident care coordinator. Just really here, resident relations, helping, etc. You do so much of that. I mean, she's just going to be one more piece to it because you help in many ways. You're helping with sometimes technology, sometimes anything imaginable.
Whatever needs doing.
In the evening, whatever. So we start putting you and Leslie, and we got Octavia providing support from the clinic area, and all the rest of us just helping residents assimilate. That's a pretty good team.
That's what it's all about, is helping the residents.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think those are some of the high points, Matt. Anything else worth us talking about?
Well, I did want to say one thing, remind folks out there. We won't have tech time classes in the month of September, but I will still be here on those Saturdays to help out with any issues you have. While it's kind of taking a break there, I do want to remind folks to be very careful, very diligent, and very suspicious about incoming emails regarding requests for personal information. We did have a couple of incidents where residents have been, caught by that and, scammed, unfortunately. So I just want to make sure everyone's, keeping their eyes open, keeping their eyes peeled.
And I think that, it's so easy to get sucked into one of these emails that you want to click it, you want to do whatever. So be careful there. Yes, if it's taken that next bold step of asking for information, as you said, or even asking for money, and there is even scams, of course, happening on the phone all the time.
Yes.
And with artificial intelligence now, trying to mimic certain voices or whatever, a young person's voice saying, hi, Grandma, this is such and such, I need money, I need help. Be suspicious. You need to call your own family and coordinate and support anything before you ever act. So, just be real careful in today's world.
Yes, do not let anyone get remote control of your computer, anyone that you don't know, that is, and just treat everything as if, it's it's false.
Yeah,
Just
it's suspicious.
exactly.
It's somebody who's, and it just, how can people have such poor ethics, poor values that they just want to prey on people?
It really makes me angry because I love technology and I love how it improves our lives. But at the same time, there's folks out there that want to use it to destroy our lives.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, anyways, be mindful there. It's going to be a busy week. I'm amazed. When I heard Matt describing all the activities, should be some fun. We're also going to maybe broadcast a little bit this week a segment that we filmed of me providing a travel log to some team members. It had been suggested that some of our staff don't get perhaps as much opportunity to travel, and could I share a few of my slides, pictures with them? So I did last week, had a little segment of sharing about the Italy trip that many of you saw me do. And I think for the half a dozen team members there, I took them on an adventure maybe they will never experience. But just try to humbly do it, give them some ideas of what it is like to travel overseas in other countries. And it was fun doing it. But if in case you happen to see a clip on that, that's what that was about.
Oh, why are you mentioning that? Just a reminder, our Chesapeake Today show, we're doing right now, will now be broadcast twice a day at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Each day throughout the week. So we give folks plenty of opportunity to catch it.
Great, real fine.
Yep.
Excellent news. Alrighty. Well, Matt, fun being with you. Thank you. And we're here in a little different setting. And thanks for joining us today. And until next time, have a great one.
Have a good day.